Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Plus and welcome back to another video. Now, we're going to do something that we haven't done in a long time and, well, we're going to review SmackDown. Since yesterday I wasn't able to actually properly live stream it like I wanted to when you know how we do. Our lovely PT watch parties, go check them out. I figured, hey, why don't we cut this episode of SmackDown down in review form because it was an episode that I got to talk about. John Cena started off the show as there's been a lot of controversy leading up to this episode of SmackDown because a lot of us thought that John Cena's last match was going to be in Boston, Massachusetts because, well, you know. And then they ended up announcing that the matchup is going to happen in Washington, D.C. So that's gonna be fun. December 13th, I'm hoping to go with my boys, so you know I'll keep you guys updated. John Cena basically came out and he laid down the law. He let everybody know that this is the final time he will be on SmackDown, but at the end of the day, tour still has what, 7 more? You know, the tour still has 7 dates after tonight, so you know it's gonna continue. But at this point, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be Raw and then pay-per-view events. So then, as John Cena is cutting this promo, Sami Zayn comes out, and let me tell y'all niggas, yo, I don't know what was in the water in Chicago, bro, but y'all niggas was booing the fuck out of Sami Zayn, and I'm with it, brother. Now listen, there's been a lot of Sammy Hogan allegations, and although I'm not all in on the whole Sammy Hogan allegations, I definitely think that his character needs some tuning, and last night was exactly what his character needed. That passing of the torch moment between Sami Zayn and John Cena, Sami Zayn basically asking John Cena if he can, you know, give him the honor to continue the heritage of doing the United States Championship Open challenges, and then bro said for his first United States Championship Open challenge, he wants to face John Cena. Now, going into this show with the whole WrestlePalooza stuff coming up, and you know, us knowing that Brock and Cena are going to be facing each other pretty soon, I had a vivid idea that Brock was going to be involved in this matchup, but I wanted to believe, I wanted to hope, I wanted to pray deep down inside that, I don't know, something would come from this. But at the end of the day, this is the only thing that made sense as far as match finish. This is the only thing that made sense. If Sami Zayn would have pinned John Cena, he would have got booed out of the arena. They were already booing this nigga every time he talked, and Cena said so. I mean, bro, it's going to be very, very hard. I mean, I think Sami Zayn is in his own little bubble right now because of his own situation, but if this is how the crowd's going to be, it's going to be hard to put Cena against some baby faces. But I did like that. It was a great callback, and I'm not gonna lie, usually like you'll walk out of a second match and you'll say, oh my god, like they didn't do better than the first one, like it's never better than the original. I think they did better than the original. Now go back in what, 2016, 2015 and watch Sami Zayn versus John Cena in the original Open Challenge versus what we got last night. I argue what we got last night was 110 times better. Now, was it a classic? Okay, I'd say they need a little, I'd say a proper finish would have made it a 5-star classic. Listen, I don't know how you guys' experience was, but you know, watching it on Netflix last night with no commercials, they were hoping. And this isn't even me trying to flex, this is just me letting it be known what it is. I was looking in the top right hand of the corner and it said we'll be back in 2 minutes and 50 seconds, and I'm seeing Cena hit AAs and Sammy hitting Halula kicks and niggas going off the top rope and this and that happening. Bro, I'm mind boggled because mind you, like I'm thinking the match is gonna slow down a little bit, like it's commercial break, like I'm not thinking they're gonna go too crazy. Bro, they turned up. The matchup was insane, bro. I can't even put it in words. It was a great match. Again though, like I said, Brock Lesnar came out and he ended up attacking John Cena, which, you know, caused the DQ finish, which made Sami Zayn win because I'm pretty sure Brock attacked Zayn first. But again, great match. I mean, you had to kind of do that to protect the finish. You don't want Cena getting pinned on the retirement tour, especially being this close to the end. And at the same time, you don't want Sami Zayn to lose, which I do respect. Because if this was the Vince era, I got a feeling he would have just found a way to make Sami eat the pin. And that right there, we don't like our champions losing. Now, moving on for the next match, we had Aleister Black versus Damian Priest. Now, I'm not gonna lie, going into this matchup, I was looking forward to it. Like when they announced this matchup, I'm pretty sure it was like a couple days ago, I was looking forward to it. Like, since this rivalry and this build, I've been looking forward to this match. And the main reason why is because you guys know I love Aleister Black. Like, he is the most premium striker in the fucking game, brother. And Damian Priest, I was not sold very heavy on Damian Priest, but him becoming World Heavyweight Champion last year sold me on him heavy. After winning Money in the Bank, I was sold on Damian Priest instantly, and then seeing his first feud and then the set, I was like, all right, we're cooked. Now, that first match against Jay was a little but after that, he cooked. The Gunther match cooked. The McIntyre match cooked. I mean, Damian Priest really had a very good run as World Heavyweight Champion. Again, was it 5-star? Probably not, but it was good for what it was. Anyway, yeah, Aleister Black ended up defeating our former World Heavyweight Champion in Damian Priest and walking away with the victory. Now, from the start of the match, Aleister Black was on Damian Priest. Like, I'm pretty sure during Priest's entrance, Aleister Black ended up like attacking him during the entrance, and like all throughout the match, he was just picking apart. Like, Aleister Black is like a fucking vulture, bro. He just picks apart at you little by little by little until you're beat down, and then he just fucking kills you. And that's exactly what he did to Damian Priest, and I really like that. Now, hopefully next week we get a backstage segment where like Priest is talking about the loss. Maybe Aleister Black is like, I don't know, like he taunts him a little more, and then we get Ron Killings, aka R-Truth, coming in and attacking Malachi Black. Now, do I want Malachi, Damian, and Ron Killings to feud forever? No, but if you're gonna give us the half-ass thing you did with the whole R-Truth and and John Cena thing, the least you can do, I feel like, is, you know, pay off this storyline. Don't have Ron Killings in 2 back-to-back storylines that don't go anywhere. It's not good for business. Moving on, Women's United States Champion Julia went one-on-one with Michin. Now, the Women's United States Championship match was interesting. I like Julia versus Michin. I like the United States Women's Championship picture. I think it needs some work, but there's a lot of room for it. Now, with us getting the huge bump up in superstars that we've gotten in the last couple of weeks with the Intercontinental Women's Championship division, now, obviously, they're in 2 different leagues, I'd say that. But one thing I will also say for sure is that when it comes down to this United States Championship division, if they give it more time on TV, it can cook. I'm a big fan of this storyline going on between Kiana James and Julia, and I hope that they can just lock in on it and they can do some good with it. I forget how exactly Kiana James is inside the ring, but I know her character work is amazing. It's amazing. And if she can continue to elevate Julia and Julia help elevate her, and they bounce off of each other and get a good dynamic going, at some point when that turn does happen, it's gonna be good. Now, you can either have us not give a fuck about it, or you can either have us sucked in. I want to be locked into it. So then we lock in for the main event. So the main event was interesting, boys. Ooh-wee. So in the main event, we have Seth Rollins come out. Seth Rollins comes out and goes to the top of the ramp, as Rollins basically lets it be known to the WWE universe that, you know, forget what you know about CM Punk. Forget what you know about that other name that we shall not name. You know what I mean? I am Seth freaking Rollins. He talks about he's a visionary, he's an evolutionary. He does this. He's the world champion. Then he goes out of his way to give an introduction to Becky Lynch. Lynch ends up coming out, and as Seth is in the crowd and Lynch is in the ring, they're kind of separated at this point. As Becky Lynch is talking a bit of smack to the WWE universe, getting a little bit of that cheap heel pop, you know. After that, starts to talk about CM Punk, which we knew what this was going to come down. CM Punk comes out, and him and Becky Lynch go back and forth. And CM Punk says multiple times to Becky Lynch, listen, I want to save you from this ass whooping that you can get. All right, I'm trying to hold back for you. You don't think I got family? You're in Chicago. Talks about how his aunts and cousins and sisters can really jump over the rail and beat her ass if he wanted to. Talks about how he could have called in a favor to Bailey, or he could have called in a favor to Rhea fucking Ripley. Now, I'm not gonna lie, when that nigga said Rhea Ripley's name, I got shook. I don't know if y'all got shook, but I got shook. Because the last thing that I wanted was This Is My Brutality to play. So AJ Lee comes out. Oh my god, chat. AJ Lee actually comes out. AJ Lee comes out. The entire WWE universe is shocked. We are all off our feet. I mean, I freaking recorded my reaction to it.
And I know, and everybody knows, I would never put my hands on a lady. Thankfully, I got somebody who will.
Okay. Yeah, hard pounding. Oh! Oh my god! I was shaking and shit, I ain't gonna lie. And the shit was insane. She came out and she fucking got her hands dirty. She won after Becky Lynch, attacked her, did her thing. I'm excited to see how the Black Widow's gonna look. That signature maneuver was just mwah. I'm just really excited. After the show, she went on to carry the Women's Intercontinental Championship around with her. So I'm hoping and assuming that Bad Blood, we get the Seth and Punk matchup for the World Heavyweight title, and then we get the eventual Becky and AJ matchup. Now, both matches happening with some type of, I would personally want at Bad Blood. Now, I know a lot of people might not agree to this when it comes down to expanding the vision, but I would say introduce another female into the vision. This can be a perfect opportunity to introduce another female into the vision. Obviously, you know, Punk's gonna get screwed over because you got the Bronsons, and they're gonna be a problem. But when it comes to Becky in the vision, you don't have that person that, now, when Punk gets in Becky's face or something, you got all those guys who can help. But when it comes to Becky in the women's division, when it comes to the vision, there isn't really much help for her. I wouldn't mind seeing Becky get some muscle. Becky get a little bit of bodyguard, so that way when she's wrestling in her women's matches, she has like a little muscle. That right there, to me, what that can do is stretch out the matches, so that way we can eventually get the payoffs at WrestleMania. I just think that it's going to be, and again, I don't know how WWE is going to go with it, but for it to be this hot right now, and for us to go into WrestlePalooza, and then after the tag match, try to cool everybody off and separate everybody until Mania, it's going to be hard. I don't know if Mania is the end project. We still have Roman and Rollins to get to, which is going to be, you know, really good. I'm looking forward to it. So we have a lot to build towards, you know what I mean? There's a lot to do when it comes to Rollins WrestleMania opponents. They're really all up in the air, but one thing you can definitely say is that Rollins is going to be at Mania, hands down. But that was it for SmackDown. If you guys did enjoy this video, let me know down in the comment section below by hitting that thumbs up button and subscribing for more. If you guys do want more reviews instead of live streams, let me know. If you guys want more live streams instead of reviews, let me know. I'm down. I just want to cover it because I love wrestling. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.